welcome to another video from Dazatron's Diorama Llama. This is a special unboxing video. Now, I don't usually create these videos. There's lots of other YouTubers out there who do this sort of thing, and I do love to watch them myself. But when I picked up this item, there's very few videos on YouTube out there. There's a Korean version, which is a boxed version in decent nick. You can see that on YouTube, and there's another one by Toy Polloi, who, I would definitely recommend if you haven't seen his channel, particularly if you're into your vintage toys, which is something that I've recently been getting into, as I do love the 80s toys and 80s TV series. So this is not from Transformers. This is a different franchise, but it's definitely something I grew up with and I absolutely loved. And this is actually from a season that I don't remember us getting over here. Please, do say so in the comments if we did get this kind of second season. It was heavily edited, and so we saw it under a different name to what it was originally released in Japan. So you can just start to see it emerging here. So it is a vehicle, and here we go. So I'm just so excited to get this and actually be able to pick up a copy of this for what I consider to be a reasonable and affordable price. So this is, if you don't know, this is God Phoenix. Now, it's not God Phoenix as you might know it from Battle of the Planets, which is the series I've been talking about, and a series I loved growing up as a kid. As you know, or if you watched that series, it was a kind of a blue, futuristic kind of jet. Fantastic design for a jet. And then in the original series was called Gatchaman in Japan. So Battle of the Planets over here, Gatchaman in Japan, very different to what we saw as Battle of the Planets. And then they did make a second series due to its success, actually, and called Gatchaman 2. So this is God Phoenix from Gatchaman 2. I'm just showing you here. I'm so chuffed that there's actually got one of the mini vehicles still left inside, and that's so rare because those tiny little vehicles do go missing. Should actually come with 5, I think it is. So they do hide underneath the wings and the back piece. So I was really pleased to get that. So there's a little bit of damage to this. It is missing one of its kind of feet there. It still stands up though, even without it. And most of this is die cast. It's only really the wings, the head and the tail that's plastic. Everything else is die cast. So it's really heavy. It's a really hefty vehicle. And as you can see, there's a few kind of features on here. So the head lifts up to reveal this kind of, I suppose, would it be the cockpit, I guess. And you've also got this mechanism at the front as well that kind of shoots those little vehicles. But you can see there's quite a bit of yellowing on the head and the tail. So this might be my next restoration project where I might bleach that. So I haven't tried that though before, and because this is such an old toy. This is from 1978, and we did get a European version that was released over here in like 82, I think it was. But I don't remember ever seeing these as a kid. I mean, I was born in 1976, so but I do remember the TV show fondly. Although again, this is God Phoenix 2. Now, this is actually DX God Phoenix. So this is the deluxe version, and there's actually a smaller ST version, which I'm assuming is standard. I don't know. Released by Popey, if that's how you pronounce it. And Popey is part of Bandai, or certainly were back in the 70s and the 80s. And they were one of the first companies to actually use die-cast. And they were experts at using die-cast. You might know them from the GoBots series. So yeah, Bandai and Popey did create the original GoBot kind of models, if you like, and prototypes before they came over here as GoBots. So yeah, so I'm just going to show you that kind of mechanism at the front there. So yeah, if you just lift up the headpiece and then kind of pull back that mechanism and just place the vehicle on top. I'm not sure which vehicle this is, and then you can see that works really well. So you can see why those went missing. So I'm really pleased that that's still there, and I am just, the overall quality of this piece is just fantastic. So yeah, so I picked this up for £45 from Oxfam online, the charity shop in the UK, and that is a steal, because even on eBay at the moment there's a version of this which is not as in good condition, going for over £100. That's British pounds. So yeah, so I was really pleased to pick this up. And you know, if you get it obviously boxed and, you know, in more of a mint condition, you can imagine the prices. So it does need a little bit of restoration work. See, you've got the sticker there kind of peeling up, and there's a couple of wing stickers that are missing, as you can see there, that have peeled off. I'm not sure why the one side is more yellow than the other, but yeah, who knows. But that's another piece that goes missing on these. So if you do ever see these, often that tail piece there is missing. Sometimes the beak on the front part there is missing. Obviously the wings can get damaged, and also the joint, the way the head folds to kind of the neck piece, sometimes that gets broken. So they do get easily damaged. So it's quite a rare item. So a bit like Toy Pool, he said if you've seen his video, if you see one of these, pick it up, because it's such a good piece of, you know, history really, particularly for the 80s cartoons that we grew up with. So I just wanted to share this with you, because I was, you know, really excited to get this today, and even more excited really that the vehicle was still there, because I wasn't expecting to see that. So yeah, so a different video from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed, yeah, maybe seeing something that you haven't seen before. Maybe you owned one of these, you know, which would be amazing. So yeah, please do, you know, like and subscribe and leave comments if you had one of these, if you remember Battle of the Planets or Gatchaman. I've recently been watching the original Japanese Gatchaman series, which I've managed to see a bit of it on YouTube, and it's so different to what I remember seeing as Battle of the Planets. So it's definitely worth watching the original Gatchaman, even if you remember Battle of the Planets, because they're both very different in tone. Obviously, Battle of the Planets was aimed at children, whereas Gatchaman is much darker, much more violent, yeah, compared to what we saw. And as we said, Battle of the Planets is heavily edited, and so there's lots of that kind of violence and even swearing and things like that, language in there that's been cut out. But it's a brilliant watch. And yeah, I mean, this is to also go with my Gatchaman 2 Hound Tank. Again, never saw this as a child, because this was from the second season of Gatchaman. This again was a toy that I picked up, gosh, for, yeah, about £8. He wasn't in good condition at all. Lots of the paint had rubbed off or scratched off. It was missing its missiles. He was missing one of the little yellow wings on the side there. The chrome had rubbed off, just leaving the orange plastic underneath. Missing its tank treads. So really in a sorry state, and it's been a nice kind of labour of love just to get some of that chrome back on there, give it a new paint job, complete the eyes, because the eyes were missing. I think one eye was there peeling off, and the other eye was completely missing. So I managed to do that and create another little tail wing out of milliput, and I've kind of painted that up. So yeah, so hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.